Alright, so I've been a little sick this whole last. I got back from the Arnold, and I thought it was just like a sore throat from me talking so much, which it was the entire time I was there. But that kind of manifested into a cold last week. So I took one day off of training, and besides that, I kept some of my training sessions a little bit light. I didn't want to push my system too hard and end up getting sicker. So still training was pretty good. I got a pump. Everything worked fine. So this week I can really push it. It's almost gone the cold. I still got a little, stuffy nose or whatever, but pretty good. Think I'm gonna switch up training just a tad, some different exercises. I was following like the same workout plan for about 3 months during my off season. Like the majority of my off season, I did the same training plan. I saw some really good strength gains each and every week, and I think it's just time for a change. Time for a different phase, a little bit more volume, especially with the way Matt's programming my carbs around my meals, right? My carbs around my workouts, the intra carbs and everything like that. It's really made for a higher volume program. So I'll be updating you guys with what I decide to do pretty soon. And yeah, let's get this breakfast going, get to the gym, and let's put the work in. Alright guys, so here it is. We got 2 packets of grits with some paprika, red pepper, salt, pepper, and a whole bunch of other stuff. 2 cups of egg whites. We got a bagel and a half. And we got my favorite kind of coffee. This stuff is like amazing.
Well, bring it a little bit closer. See what's the same, right? The other part is, what Terrence is doing is, and I know Rod's big on this, is not leaning back too much. Lean back from it. Lean back. See how funny that looks? So you got to support that person. Get this hand and stick it way too far back. And then drop the shoulder down. And you see a lot of that all the time. Right? Now, just go back into a normal stance for me. Yeah. And if you notice, all he did was, he just took his shoulder and just turned it. Also come just the right way. Remember, control your midsection. I see guys that are doing this. Placements have been lost based on that. He's not, the big mistake he made is put that feet far more. You see that all the time. Destroys the look, right?
Or sit down too much.
Or sit down too much.
It's not necessarily that, it's the right wall.
MPA Supps.
Hey, what's up guys? So we had a snowstorm here in Maryland, and I'll just let you guys check it out real quick. Ooh, it's cold. Winter wonderland outside. It's still snowing, and so I'm not used to the snow, so I'm just gonna stay at home today. But there's a gym downstairs. I'm training arms, still getting it done, and I guess I'll take you guys with me down there.
Break yourself. Break yourself. Break yourself.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you like the arm workout. Currently doing some class work and some creating some training programs, but I wanted to explain to you guys, how I set up my arm training. Now, the video you saw is a little different than what I would normally do. I usually keep the same exercises in, and until I need to change them. Same thing. When you're dieting, you don't make changes until they're necessary. The same thing I believe is true for training. So I keep the same exercises for months on end a lot of times. Recently, I've been doing that this off season. And I've seen tremendous growth from doing that. In the past, a different workout every arm day. My volume would be very, very high. A lot of drop sets, a lot of supersets, a lot of different things like that. And that didn't work for me. I know it works for a lot of other people. But at a certain point, I think that a lot of us, especially people who have issues with growing a body part, taking the volume down a bit, focusing on execution, and also upping the frequency will help you to develop that muscle a little bit better. So a little tips I have for arm day. I'm still trying to make mine grow, but I feel like they've come from they suck to they ain't too bad, So the things I really focus on this off season is my execution of the movements that I'm doing, making sure that I'm only moving the bicep, not the shoulder, not the lower back. I'm not doing all this crazy stuff to get the weight moving. I'm only working the muscle. I'm not working the movement in a sense, Also, I think exercise is where you are fixed in a certain spot. Like preacher curls are great. To actually really isolate the bicep more so. I've had preacher curls in my program the whole 3 months as well. On top of that, you actually just really want to, and the same thing goes with, I know, volume training. You really want that pump. You want to feel it. The same thing goes for how I'm training now. There's actually a lot of studies that back what people have known for years. What the bodybuilders knew, that feeling the muscle contract causes a greater amount of growth. To add to that, it's not just about the contraction either. It's also about the eccentric portion of the movement where you're letting the weight down. You want to have that controlled as well. Very, very important to control the weight, the entire movement. Have that bicep working that weight the entire movement. And I think those are the main things I would say to somebody. The first step would be to make sure the form is right. The next step is your exercise selection, meaning that choosing exercises that work your bicep through different ranges and load them at different points, throughout your bicep. So like you want to have something that works it more so at the bottom, the entire movement, something where you can fully contract it, like from up here. Things like that, that you don't normally think of when you're choosing an exercise, that can definitely help. And lastly, once you have those two, I would say frequency. Once you have everything else down, work on play around with the frequency. Hope that helped, guys. This is the end of the video, and until next time, peace.